Hey guys, and welcome to episode 3 of our Making Members series. So in this series, I take a brand new fresh account into members for a 2-week bond to show you guys how to build an account, make GP, and make some serious progress on Runescape. So in the previous episode, we've started to build our GP stack up a bit, and this is going to be the episode where we start to really pick it up a bit. We're going to start looking through various different methods to build up. From previous series, I've always had the emphasis on having multiple different methods to hop between, because we want to be selling items on the Grand Exchange for the longest period. So in this episode, we're going to sort of dial out our methods, have an idea of what we're going to make for cash, and build the account out a little bit more. If you are enjoying the series, please make sure to leave me a like on the video. If you're really enjoying all the content I'm pumping out over this Christmas period, please make sure to subscribe because we're going to push for the rest of December to be 2 videos a day. Thank you all so much for all your comments, likes and subscriptions. It really does mean the world to me, and I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys as well. However, we are going to go and jump in now to episode 3. Really hope you're enjoying it, and let me know some suggestions down in the comments below for any money making tips for the next couple of episodes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and let's get straight to it. So the prayer levels are rattling off so quick. If you didn't know, the Chaos Altar in RS3, you have a bank near it. It doesn't save bones, but it just gives you the ability to have that Gilded Altar sort of prayer XP without having to do the construction levels. So it's quite nice really. With the bank so close, you can get quite decent XP. But there we go, level 20 prayer is the level we're after. That's going to give us the ability to bless for sand, and hopefully give us a sort of money maker which will help us build some foundations in terms of this account. So I'm hoping that if we can get like a 2k margin on the sand, we can make roughly around 5 mil per hour, which again, for this level, really nice. And also like 5 mil per hour, we can definitely like build the account up from there. I think if we did a decent amount of that for the next sort of day or so, we can start learning to buy other things as well. So I'm going to keep testing different things on the Grand Exchange, see if we can make money. I did think enchanting would come through. I did think Rings of Dueling would be really good, but you know, we find it out, we change our plan from there, and we go and look at other things as well. So I think I've found a method which seems to be pretty good. Again, it's going to depend on whether they sell or not, but I thought I may as well talk through it while we're doing it. This is going to be enchanting sapphire necklaces into games necklaces. Now, sapphire necklaces have a decent margin, so 3175 for a slow buy, or an instant buy is going to be 3652. The instant buy of a games necklace is going to be 9.4k, so we're going to be making like 6-ish k per go we do on this. And again, enchanting, very nice, very easy. You're going to be doing 1 click per invo, so 27 at a time. Yes, it's only going to be about 30 seconds, but it's one of those where you're not spamming or you're not having to do it as well. So I'm going to do 100 as a test sample. Now the reason why I'm going to do 100 is because I want to explore and find some different things. I think with the sand and with the games necklace, that can be some decent methods, but as you guys have seen from plenty of my videos before, I like to have a couple different methods to rotate between, and this will be a decent one to have as well. I'm going to have a little bit look at things like feather finger necklaces or things relating to the thieving update, see if they can be of any help, or if we can sort of like produce things or make things to make a little bit more cash as well. Now, in terms of other kind of enchanting, bolt enchanting is good as well. You can make a lot of money enchanting bolts, but we can't really do that till we get to like onyxes, which is a little bit hefty in terms of its level. Now, this account actually does have membership during the Slayer Winter Week, so maybe we do a couple of Slayer tasks, we get the magic up, and we can also have that as a way to make some cash as well. So, just finished editing the second episode and have basically set the account here, and I'm really enjoying getting these fletching levels. Normally, fletching is one of the skills we do is like a plan B, never really the first option, and it's nice to actually have it as our first sort of high level money making skill. Level 50 there, which is unlocked quite a few things. So there's Devious Mines, Maple Short Bows, Willow Short Bows, and all that sort of stuff as well. And also Acadia Wood Boxes. So hopefully with dipping into fletching, we'll be able to think of some creative ways to make some GP. I'm racking up on Christmas Spirit and also wrapping paper. We are nearly at 10,000 wrapping paper, which I don't know where that's come from. Like, we've not had like loads of keys, apart from the keys we had the other day must have really helped because we have racked up a lot of wrapping paper over the past couple of days. Now, while I've been doing that and while I've been editing, a lot of things have started to move on the Grand Exchange, which is really nice. We have sold all of that blessed sand, just under 5,000 coins, so a little bit cheaper than what I really wanted it to be. But what I'm going to go and do is try and buy for that cheaper price and also hold out for that cheaper price. We can now comfortably buy 1,000, so that will be something we'll have sitting on the Grand Exchange. Our games necklaces have also sold as well very well. For that price, we've made something like, if I can just find the price we bought them for, nearly like 5,000 coins. And we instant bought them as well. We didn't even buy them cheaper. So maybe we can go and do that as again. This time do something like 300 and then just try and like increase that over time as well. Now I have a little bit of an idea just to check on an item. Now this is something which works incredibly well with escaping free to play in non-members, and this is looking at the price of bronze hatchets. Now you might laugh at me for suggesting this, but this has worked on my last 2 escaping free to play accounts where bronze hatchets have gone exceptionally high. They are not that price currently, but I have sold bronze hatchets quite consistently for 10,000 coins. So I just wanted to see if it was any chance they could do it. They're quite under mid, so that's not an option now, but it could always have been one as well. But we have actually managed to pick up all of that sand. That bought very, very quick, and this is why you don't buy for like instant buy prices. Always try and buy them for like lower. If they hadn't bought, all I would have done is gone and done a bit more fletching, but they've now been picked up. And that's probably going to be the next hour or so we're going to make in terms of money making. And hopefully, when we decide to sell them, we are going to double our money. So if I can go through sand a couple times tonight while watching a bit of Netflix, again, Netflix suggestions, I've not asked for a while. So just as a side, I've finished The Witcher, disappointed. I'm currently rewatching Narcos. There are some suggestions I still have on my watch list, but the girlfriend has decided she wants to join with him as well. So if there's anything like I could watch on my own, just give me some suggestions and like I can do it while I'm playing over Christmas. But that's worked really well. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do going forward. The Rings of Dueling have sold. So all of those which we bought for a cheaper price as well, we have made money flipping there. Not loads of money, but we've made some money flipping. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a slightly higher offer in for 500 because I think these can be a bit of a sleeper flip. I might be able to get some traction with those. With just the fact that no one like bought them, it'd be really interesting to see if we could pick them up. And the thing is, at the minute, we've got enough to do so I can have some money working there. Now, with the Escaping Free to Play account, we didn't actually do much flipping. So maybe that's something we do a little bit more on this account because, again, trying to avoid the methods we did in the first count is a little limiting. I've been trying to like find and think of different things to do, but it's catching me out a little bit. So I don't know. We'll see. But either way, we are going to go and continue and report back very, very soon on what we're doing next. So we are back for another day and we have made some huge progress overnight. So as you can see from the info, we've been doing things with the Christmas event. Again, just some generic Christmas loot. And I had the mystery presents available from Santa. In terms of the GP and where we currently are, we have made some big moves. So we processed 2,000 blessed sand yesterday, and it actually really wasn't that long or difficult. So made a lot of profit there. We bought the sand, if we can find it, for 5 million coins. We turned it into 9.4 mil, and that was quite a lower price we ended up buying it for. So really big chunk of change there. We've also been trying to slow buy some of the Rings of Dueling, which we had for 1.5k, and we managed to sell some for 3.8 yesterday. Now, this is more of a flipping moneymaker than an actual moneymaker, but while Rings of Dueling are a bit too cheap, I can't really do them for cash. So just doing something like this just shows you guys how I can buy something really cheap, sell it for a higher price and make some profit there. Now, one thing which is really good is we did the sapphire necklaces, turn them into the game dummies. So we've turned 1 mil into 2.7 mil. So really, really good there. And definitely something we're going to go and buy a decent amount of going forward. So we'll put an offer in to buy some sapphire necklaces. We've also picked up some oak shield bows. These would be like a little sort of AFK project. They're not going to make us too much money, but we did buy these incredibly cheap. We bought these for 87 GP each. And if we can get some bowstrings for a reasonable price, we can make like 1 to 1.5k off that, which isn't too bad to be fair. Now, the main thing I'm going to be doing for probably today and tomorrow is continuing to do the sand, because the sand is really good to sort of AFK and do in my sort of spare time while editing and stuff. Again, this account really hasn't had too much time put into it, but I am still starting to make cash, and we've actually made our first green cash stack as well. So what I'm going to look at is the extra fine sand, and it's really important to keep an eye on this and just continuously keep checking the price, because you could save yourself a lot of money and make more money off the back of it as well if your prices are good. So I'm just going to go and check the margins now to see if we can get a decent one. It seems pretty close together today, so that's not too bad. For the sake of 300 coins, I'll probably just go and instant buy it. So I'm going to go pretty big. We're going to go for 3,000 sand, which should definitely keep me busy for probably an hour, hour and a half, which is always nice. Something else I'm going to have a look at is Infernus Pyroclast. And the reason why this is worth looking at is because it's ultra compost, and the price of this can scatter quite a lot, so it can be a very good flip at times as well. So I'm just going to go and have a quick look at what price it is and what sort of profit we can make in terms of the ultra compost. This was very good in escaping free to play, and it's one of those money makers which is basically just free. So always worthwhile doing that. So for 4,000 coins, it actually is pretty good. So if I put in 411, and if we just buy something like 400, that could just be enough just to start turning into ultra compost and make some money off the back of that as well. Now, finally, one more thing I want to have a little bit of a look at is opal necklaces. Now, these should be going into feathered fingered necklaces, and all they need is just an enchantment if I can buy them. If not, it's something I could possibly craft once I've done those bowstrings and got a couple of crafting levels. But at the minute, feathered fingered necklaces are very, very high. So I just want to check what the margins is, what the price is, and we can move from there. From that, we have a few options. One, the opal necklace has a massive margin. And I'm sure the feathered fingered necklace is going to be opal, not jade. But I'm just going to check that on the wiki just to make sure. Because buying the wrong type of necklace will cause us a lot of problems if it's not correct. So it just means we're going to be stuck with it. Because silver jewellery can be a little bit niche. So we just want to make sure it's correct. Yes, so a feathered fingered necklace is an opal necklace. Let's just see what the price of that is. Now, the reason why these are so expensive or so in demand at the minute is because they're linked to thieving. It basically means that you can dodge being caught thieving. Now, looking at that price, if we were to buy some for the slow buy price, we can actually make some decent money there. Also as well, it seems like we can make some decent money by buying those at a very low price as well. So, okay, so we can try and do a few little things here. So feather fingered necklace, I'm going to put an offer in very, very cheap just to see if these will buy. And then this could possibly be a flip for us as well. And then the rest of the cash, I'm going to put into opal necklaces at that price. So I'm going to put them in for 4,444. And just see if we can get any form of luck on that. So I'm going to put an offer in for 30. Now, I know I'm not going to change the world with these buy offers, but what they'll show me is if they're going to be buyable and if they can work. If not, making opal necklaces and trying to sort of sell for 16k could be a really good way to make some GP. Opal necklaces, in terms to craft them, can't be that high. Level 16 crafting. So that's probably just going to be like an hour or so of spinning flax. So what I'm going to go and do is go and bless all this extra fine sand. That's something for us to go and do now. Then I think I might move and just do those 1000 flax because that's going to get me some crafting XP, which will give me the options to go and do this low level jewelry and make some profit with it. But I'm going to go and do that now. Thank you guys so much as always for your support, your suggestions, all of the stuff you drop it in the comment section below. I'm going to go and do this prayer and bless this sand now, and we'll report back with the results very soon. Okay, so sometime later, we have now blessed 3,000 sand. So from that, we got level 43 prayer, and that's quite important really because it gives us access to some quests, but also we have the ability now to protect from range and also from melee as well. There's some pretty big quests there. Vessel of Harbinger, the Hope Spear's Will, although I've never really heard of that, but also Legends Quest. Legends Quest is actually quite a big one. Now, one of the teleports I'm doing at the minute to get to the Grand Exchange really quick is to teleport to the Christmas Village and then go through the gate to go to the portal to the Grand Exchange. So we're going to actually wrap up the video here, but I just want to show you guys what's happened on the Grand Exchange. And just so when we hop into the episode tomorrow, you guys can see we've made some significant progress. I think cash-wise now, we're going to be around the 20-ish mil. But the thing is now we're diversifying into some different methods. The rate at which we'll make some cash is hopefully going to be so much quicker. So in terms of the Grand Exchange, you guys might remember we put a couple of offers just to see if we could sell things, just see if stuff will work. Now, what I'm going to do is test whether these things will sell for the prices which we looked at. So these feather fingered necklaces we bought for 2.2k. I'm going to see if they'll sell for the 8.4k as well. And then hopefully we can either see if they're worth flipping or also worthwhile, like sort of just trying to work with in terms of crafting or enchanting as well. So we managed to actually buy all of those pretty quickly. Actually, they didn't take too long. We bought some more sapphire necklaces, so we're going to make some more games necklaces a little bit later on. We are still buying rings of dueling, but very slowly. And we've also got some Infernus Pyroclast as well for a pretty good price. This was buying for 7,000 coins. And it actually didn't take too long to sell. Now, what I need to do is just check the price of the Ultra Compost. And then also as well, check the price for the Blessed Sand, and we can get them selling on the Grand Exchange while I log off or go to the Christmas Village and just AFK away for a little bit as well. So the Ultra Compost is going to currently be at a price of 7.7k. That is very cheap actually, considering when we were doing it on Escaping Free to Play. we were sort of selling it for like 13k, but that is significantly under mid price. So maybe at the minute we'll make a little bit of profit if we can get it for the 4.1k, but I'm going to try and flip those 400 and see if we can get them for a little bit higher and then buy them back a little bit later on as well. So I'll put an offer in, we'll see if they sell. If they don't, we can just work around it. And then finally, just to finish the video off, we'll go and find what the price of the blessed sand is. But I would like to say to you guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you are enjoying the series. Again, this has been a little bit slower than the Escaping Free to Play one, only because we've not got stats, we've not really got things to do. So I'm trying to get it up and running as quick as possible, just to basically make as much cash as possible and be at a point where you guys are enjoying it. But next week is going to be a big week for the series, just because we'll have the ability to do the Slayer Winter Weeks, which is going to be pretty massive anyway. However, going to wrap the video up there. Hopefully when we come back tomorrow, we'll have plenty of progress and a big cash stack to go and get started as well. I'm going to enchant these 500 games necklaces tonight, and then hopefully we buy a little bit more sand and just keep the boat rolling as well. But I do think that these methods will run out at some point, so we'll need to use them going forward as well. But we'll see how we get on anyway. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.